Valentine's Day is now a highly recognised tradition, but like with most holidays and traditions, it's not the same worldwide. Sometimes it'll be minor differences, sometimes huge differences, and even more, can be a similar holiday on a completely different day. Either way, it's interesting to look at other cultures and compare them to our own, marvel at the differences, and relish in the similarities. And maybe you can choose a variant you'll prefer to celebrate. I know there's one in here I prefer over our Valentine's Day. So with that in mind, here's 5 various ways other cultures celebrate Valentine's Day-like holidays. And because this is worldwide, I may get a few enunciations wrong. China's version of Valentine's Day is called Qixi Festival. It also has alternate names such as the Double Seventh Festival or Young Girls Festival. This tradition falls on the 7th day of the 7th Chinese lunar month. This year, it's set to fall on the 9th of August. There are many stories associated with this tradition, but one that is rather consistent is the love story between Xinu and Niulang. Xinu is the Weaver Girl, symbolizing Vega, the brightest star in the constellation of Lyra, and Niulang was a cowherder symbolizing Altair, the brightest star in the constellation Aquila. Their love was forbidden, thus they were separated to opposite sides of the Silver River, an allegory of the Milky Way. However, on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month, a flock of magpies would form a bridge to reunite the lovers for one day. In the past, there were various ways this tradition was celebrated, mostly revolving around women's pleading skills, which was to demonstrate dexterity. One such traditional way was speedily threading a needle under moonlight. This is the longest standing means to plead skills. Another was carving fruit into shapes of exotic flowers, animals, and unusual birds. Nowadays, it's done with flowers, chocolates, and other presents, similar to our own Valentine's Day. Finland's celebration on the 14th of February sounds great. It's called this. I'm not even going to try pronounce its name because I know I'll be wrong. It translates roughly to Friends Day, Day of the Friends, or Friendship Day, and has very little to do with crushes, couples, or people in love. In fact, from what I've found, you'll be looked at suspiciously if you make a grand love gesture to your significant other, although this could be an exaggeration. What you do on this day in Finland is give cards and small gifts to your friends and receive them as well. No heart-shaped things, but instead small gifts for everyone you care about, no matter what the extent. Over time, however, due to the more Hollywood influence, it's becoming popular to declare your love like our Valentine's Day. Bah, I'd rather keep it a Friends Day. I think we need one of them over here. Valentine's Day is rather interesting in Japan. It's a time where only girls give chocolate, and only chocolate, and there are specific marketed kinds of chocolate with different meanings. There are 2 types of chocolate: Giri Choco, which translates to obligation chocolate, and Honmei Choco. Giri Choco is meant to be for friends, colleagues, bosses, and close male friends. Giri means obligation, hence this Giri Choco has no romance involved. On the other hand, Honmei Choco is given to a boyfriend, lover, or husband with true love. Traditionally, girls prepare Honmei Choco themselves, as it's believed that it's not true love if they just buy pre-made chocolate from the shops. Shops generally start stocking love-themed chocolates in the middle of January, as well as tools to do it yourself. This isn't unique on its own. However, a month later, there exists another holiday called White Day. On this day, men are supposed to give return gifts to women who gave them chocolate the previous month. The chocolate is often white chocolate because of the name of the day, and it's common to give flowers and gifts along with these chocolates. I personally like how this is done, because it lowers the chance completely of giving a gift and them not having one prepared in return or vice versa. In Romania, Valentine's Day is a different story. In recent years, Valentine's Day has made its way to Romania. This was met with a high amount of backlash from nationalist organizations, condemning it for being superficial, commercialist, and Western kitsch, which means tacky or lowbrow. This caused a retaliation in the form of reviving an old, similar tradition called Dragobete. In olden times, it was a common belief in Romania that those who participated in these festivals are protected against sickness for the entire year. Traditionally, on this day, young Romanians used to dress in their Sunday dresses and meet in the centre of the village or in front of the church. They used to go singing, if the weather was good, look for snowdrops or other spring flowers, tell stories, and play games. Its date used to vary, however nowadays it's commonly held on the 24th of February. The way the Romanians who celebrate this holiday now is by bars and clubs that have a Dragobete themed night. Media outlets put up themed campaigns to remind Romanians of their traditional holiday. South Korea's Valentine's Day is a one-up from Japan's. It starts off similar. On the 14th of February, women give men chocolate. Many convenience stores set up large displays out in front of their shops with a heavy focus on chocolate and chocolate candies. These shops remain up from roughly the week before Valentine's Day to the week after White Day a month after. Like in Japan, White Day follows up on the 14th of March. However, this is where things get a bit more vague. One source tells me men return with only non-chocolate gifts. However, another says men can give chocolate, candles, general gifts, or even lingerie, with a white theme. Despite this, the next part is where things are totally different from Japan. There's a third follow-up called Black Day on the 14th of April. Supposedly, singles that did not receive a gift on either Valentine's Day or White Day congregate on April 14th to eat black noodles with other single friends. Perhaps the most telling difference between the two major relationship holidays and Black Day is that the advertising around Black Day is nearly non-existent, in stark contrast to both Valentine's Day and White Day. I hope you enjoyed this quick list. There'll be a full top 10 coming soon. Subscribe to be notified when it comes out. And if you want more lists now, click here for my top 5 gaming Kickstarter fails, or here for my top 10 frightening Easter eggs in gaming.